Hey guys, welcome to the class. Professional Practices in Graphic Design. Welcome. My name is Michael Maldonado and I will be your instructor for the next few weeks. Real quick, little history on myself. I'm a professional graphic designer. I have been for close to 30 years, primarily working in the print media area of graphic design. I've got many international and national clients that I've been working with for several years. And just a really, really quick, brief background on me. My firm started using the exact principles you guys will learn in this class, and that's not bull. That I'm dead serious on that. I had compiled some professional practices classes back when I was a very young designer, back still in design school, and I followed these principles very closely, and I set up a freelance business, and here we are. Many years later, and it's my freelance business kind of morphed into a design firm. So the principles learned in this class definitely work, guys. Definitely work. Listen, the class takes some effort and you really have to keep up with things. But when you're done with this class, you will be able to start your own business. I promise you, everything you need is covered in this class. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to mention is that we are going to go to the preview for the course. Let me just open that guy up. And as we can see, just real quick, getting started, take a look at that, read the syllabus. My idea is just print the syllabus out, leave it right on your desk. That way it's right there for you. Everything is right there in front of you. You know exactly what's coming and where we've been. References, of course, that's important. There's syllabus rubrics in there, so you might want to take a gander at those. Question and answer discussion board. This is a public forum, guys. Any questions, comments, concerns, clarifications regarding the materials in the class should be posted here. Keep in mind, this is a public forum, so items that are personal in nature should be best reserved for email. Okay, then we have our week one overview, and we jump right into our weeks. Now, a lot of you have noticed that a lot of classes now have folders for the weeks, which makes things really clear. This one hasn't been transposed yet, so we just have to kind of go through, fan through all of our weekly assignments. So week one, we have our week one overview. Let's go ahead and jump over to that. Week one overview is pretty important. It just kind of gives you an introduction to how the class is set up. So nothing really major here, but definitely want to take a look at that. Let's get into the week one presentation, Introduction to Freelancing. Guys, this is really, you know what, before I do that, I want to talk about the introduction discussion, guys. There's a lot here. Read through this. Students always seem to miss some portions of this, so definitely read this. And now there's a good time for me to say, grading, guys. Listen, I'm really transparent in grading. You're never going to get a surprise from me. If it's listed in the rubric, if it's listed in the assignment page, it's fair game. Other than that, I won't touch it. That's my student promise. If you're working, I'm working, and also your grades will never, ever reflect something that's not expected. If it does, let me know. We'll talk about it. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way, guys. So anyways, yeah, so the reason I kind of brought that up now is that it seems like students always miss portions of this introductory discussion board. And it's an important discussion board because it allows me to kind of gather a bird's eye view of the entire class, to kind of see where everyone is in terms of their foundational understanding of freelance design and professional practices, so that we can kind of form a nice, solid foundational basis for which to build. Okay, so definitely read through this week one discussion. Read through it very carefully. Please don't forget all of the requirements therein. Okay, let's jump over to our week one presentation, Introduction to Freelancing. This is a pretty important article, guys. I mean, it is. It's a foundation. This kind of says this is what we're going to be looking at in the class. So definitely take a look at that. All right, let's go to our, our discussions. Each week our discussions are pretty self-explanatory, and I'll go through them each week in the course announcements. So let's go ahead and jump right over to week one assignment, business plan development. Okay, guys, here are your instructions. Now again, I grade right from what's here, guys. So as you can see over here, here's some requirements. For instance, these are fair game for grading, right? So business plan development. What's a business plan? First of all, don't get intimidated right now because a lot of students are going to go, business plan. Oh no, geez, this is a business class. It's not. This is a class in setting up your design, your freelance design business. And of course, you want to do that, paying attention to regulations regarding business documents, etc. That said, it's not difficult at all. We walk you through everything. Now, you are required to write a business plan for your freelance design business, but don't get intimidated with the word business plan. This is not a formal business plan. It's just something that's a little more casual. However, it is requiring all of these elements here. So, and I will be very, very careful to make sure that all of the elements are required in your business plan. The business plan is something that you'll start week one, and you'll just kind of cultivate it as we work through the class. So another thing I want to mention at this point, guys, is the importance of the book. Here's what the book looks like. Here's the cover right here, Student Freelancing 101. Oh, sorry, you get a little look into my iBooks library here, but this is it, Student Freelancing 101. We can get rid of that. Here's the book. Guys, listen to me. This book is going to help you get an A in this class. The book is very, very hands-on. Again, guys, please listen up. The book is extremely hands-on. There's tests, questionnaires, forms, worksheets, quizzes, tests, essays, checkpoints. There's all sorts of stuff in this book. Now listen very carefully. To a very high degree, when you work through this book, you will come out with a full-blown business plan. That's how the book is set up, okay? So please be very, very active with the book. If you don't have the book, get it. Do not attempt to get through this class without the book. It's going to be painfully obvious if you are. So for example, in our week one, in chapters 1 and 2, which is our required reading, look at this questionnaire. Does this look familiar? This is, are you prepared to be a student freelancer? A lot of this stuff is due for week 1. So as you can see, it's right in the book. Okay, so we have questionnaire scenarios. We have lists and all sorts of worksheets and things to work through. So chapters 1 and chapter 2 in the book for this week. Please do not attempt to get through this class without the book. Okay, there's my bit on the book. So we can. That's your business plan. Any questions, just let me know. It's pretty self-explanatory though. And then I just kind of want to close this by saying, well, 2 things. Number 1, the announcements, guys. This is going to go an announcement. This video is going to go on our announcements. Every week I post announcements. Very, very, very critically important to your success in the class. Students who regularly visit the announcements area in my classes typically grade much higher and show a much higher degree of proficiency in the associated assignments. And the reason that is because I go through the assignments, each one of the assignments in the weekly video. So be sure to watch it. Okay, welcome to week 1. Let's get started. Kind of examine freelancing. What it exactly is. Kind of think about this relationship between freelancing as being a student and as a juxtaposing and juggling the demands of being a student as well as starting a freelance design career. There's many reasons you want to start a freelance design career while still in school. Week 1's materials cover all of that. What is freelance graphic design? This describes it. How to become a great freelance graphic designer. Nice little video here. Roberto, he's a good friend of mine, and he is actually very, very, very good in his videos. He hasn't put out a video in a while, but they're still very, very pertinent. Then we have this deeper dive. Each week I give you more information so for your own personal edification so that you can take a deeper dive into the weekly topics. I highly recommend that you do so. Well, learning outcomes for this week, learning tasks for this week. Then every week in the announcements, I have this deliverables due dates. This is right from the syllabus, guys. So be sure to check. Now listen, any kind of discrepancies in scheduled deliverables and due dates, this is where you want to be. Take a look at this section in each weekly announcement, and that is the official deliverables and due dates. And then I close every announcement with a moving forward. I try to keep my announcements to 10 minutes or less, which means I have about 15 seconds to wrap this up. Each week I do a moving forward, kind of introducing next week's topics, and this is no exception here. This is actually it's a pretty long video, but I recommend watching it, guys. Just, curl up with a cup of coffee on the couch when you have a few free minutes, well, actually about 40 free minutes, and this gives you a great introduction into some of the bookkeeping that's involved for freelance designers. Okay, as promised, I'm going to wrap this up. I try not to keep my videos more than 10 minutes. At any rate, guys, welcome to the week. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, clarifications. I'm a click away, guys. Listen, I'm a really, really nice guy, and I'm a very, very engaged instructor. You guys will find that out very quickly. The reason I'm saying this is because don't ever hesitate to contact me for any reason. If you think it's a question, there's no question too big or too small, any kind of clarification whatsoever. I'm just a click away, guys. Please don't ever hesitate to contact me for fear that you're not going to get an answer in time. You won't be waiting for responses from me, guys. I can guarantee you that. All right. All right. Welcome to week 1. Welcome to the class. Let's rock this out, guys. All right. I'll see you guys in class. Thank you very much.